Hi, I'm Sophie Kim. I am 14 years old, recently turned 14. Um, I have congenital muscular dystrophy. I am a wheelchair user. I'm going to be a freshman next year. I started acting in my first professional job in The Healing Powers of Dude, which is a Netflix show, and that was really fun. That was last summer. Yeah.
Nice. So, Sophie, what is your connection to or understanding of the Americans with Disabilities Act and what that has provided in society in general and to you?
I think it's just really provided access and inclusion for sure. You know, yeah, without it, I would have way less access to a lot of stuff. My life would be probably a lot more difficult.
Have you yourself experienced any lack of access or discrimination that you can remember?
A little bit, understandably, there's certain buildings that end up like they're really old, historically preserved, maybe. A couple restaurants I've been to, like, couldn't get in because there were stairs, stores, maybe there were stairs, um, stuff like that. I mean, socially, yeah, not that the ADA can fix that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I live in a generally progressive area. I'm pretty lucky to have that.
Great. Yes. So you mentioned socially. What would you see as what's needed to have there not be that limited access socially? What would need to change?
I think actually I think media representation is a big part of that
Mm.
because it helps normalize disability, maybe, right? Um, I know what it feels like to be the only person that my classmates have at our school that's in a wheelchair. I always have been that one person with a severe physical disability, um, or maybe the first person they've seen with a wheelchair, possibly. Um, so once it's normalized, I feel like it would be easier.
What do you think would be available to you if it were normalized? If people didn't respond as if it were something so unique, what would be available to you that's
I
different
think
from now?
I think well, just like general social inclusion or acceptance and less taboo around it.
Are there ways that people respond to you that they don't respond to other people that you can recall?
Um, yeah, it's all very implicit, I guess. Um, I've seen it in kids and adults. Kids, it's pretty understandable because they're young, they don't really understand. You get a lot of questions, With adults, I don't know, they could treat you childishly, like teachers, I guess. That's happened a couple of times, but yeah, you get used to it, I
I'm a
guess.
teacher, forgive us.
No, totally. Most of them are amazing, Yeah.
No, just teasing. So, what steps can community members, young people and adults, what can we do to support the disability community, to support entertainers and actors, to support having there be media representation? Is there something that we can do that's hands-on right now that we can decide to do?
Um, you know, well, there's been a big uprising of activism recently with all the different world issues, national issues. I think something really important is to make your activism intersectional. Um, like, don't just advocate for what would help you, advocate for everybody. Like, how can I explain this? I don't know. If you're a girl, don't just advocate for feminism, advocate for POC feminism, or um, if you're advocating for gay lives, advocate for Black lives. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And include disabled people in that too. Because there's a lot of different marginalized communities that just need to come together, right?
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Words of wisdom from Sophie Kim. Thank you so much for being here today.
Is that all?
Yeah.
All
Unless
right.
you want to talk about more, I have the afternoon.
Oh, you know what? Can I add one more thing?
Yes, please do.
Okay, if you're gonna ask me one thing I think we should increase on, it would probably be airplanes.
Mm.
That's it. That's all I want to say.
So what
Airplanes.
what do you mean by airplanes? Because some people may
There's,
not know what the barriers are
yeah.
to air travel.
So there's no like easy wheelchair access onto an airplane. Like there's no wheelchair space or anything like you would see in a you can technically bring your wheelchair on the plane. I mean, as luggage, but if you have like a really expensive wheelchair, it's like precious cargo, and they don't historically don't treat it super carefully. So it's kind of just thrown in, on like the bottom stack or whatever. So, um, yeah, I'm just looking forward to that change in the future. Like what I do, I don't usually bring my power wheelchair on those flights. I bring my manual wheelchair, the one that you have to push, which is, I mean, it's fine. You don't have to worry about it getting damaged because it's cheaper. But then it means I can't drive myself around. I have to be pushed.
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
You don't have access to that independence and that choice.
Yeah.
And yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't go on to that question because I thought you had already answered it, so I didn't want to
Yeah.
I should have just gone right into that. You were ready.
Yeah.
Well, Sophie, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.